guys. Welcome back. If you're new, welcome. And she's back. She's back from her hiatus. You guys, I am so sorry. I just had way too much going on, so I just needed to focus on real life and not this. But I love y'all so much for sticking by me. So Pride is over. I think the last time I filmed and posted, like I've done Ozark Pride Fest since then. I went on vacation, and then we had our Pride this weekend. So a lot has happened. A lot has happened. I did do some filming while I was on vacation, but like I kind of same with Pride. Like last year I was like filming the entire time I was there, but like I just I wanted to be more in the moment and not really focusing on filming and taking pictures and all that jazz. So didn't quite get as much like footage like vacation wise or Pride wise, but I just enjoyed myself and kind of just, you know, relaxed and just stayed in the moment. Like I said, like it's kind of nice. So that part. But today we're going to recreate my Pride look minus the dress, because the dress is getting washed because it rained all day at Pride, and that dress weighed like 50 pounds by the time I got home. Girl, I got home, I was like, Aunt Judy, unzip me. Get this thing off of me. And it just went thunk to the floor. Like I was like, pick it up, hold it. And she's like, oh my god, because it was so heavy. I don't know how I wore that all day. Learning curve. Next year I'm bringing a change of clothes in case something happens, because I was a soggy mess all day. But it's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. All right, we haven't done like a full-on like get ready with me in a hot minute, so we're gonna do that now. I will say I'm gonna give you like the full rundown on what I did for my makeup for Pride, because it held up all day, and I had a lot of people like, I'm amazed your makeup still looks so good, because again, it rained all day, and like while I did have a canopy, I still was like out in it a lot. So like the fact that my makeup stayed in place, baby, is completely CXC beauty. Completely. Like I did like the one size glitter over it, but I did like so many layers of this that it's this was just glitter. Honestly, I did it for the glitter. But I will say, underneath everything, I did the one size no sweat what is it, Secure the Sweat primer. I started off with that because I was expecting it to be like 98 degrees, but instead we got rain all day, and it got a little muggy, but like it rained all day, y'all, all day, till like the very end. Like the last few hours we were rainless. It was awful. But Porefessional primer, of course, is my go-to girly. I do have pores, and they are kind of large in certain areas. This one is about out. Oop, there we go. But I opened up a new one for Pride because I was too embarrassed to bring this one. Don't judge me. Well, let's talk about Pride. Okay, so last year, you know, we had threats from the Endurance Church and various other hateful people. So we had cops on hand like the entire day, and nothing happened. This year we didn't have cops on hand, but we had them kind of patrolling the area frequently, and we had stuff happen. So I really hopefully, you know, Stevie, Abby, if any of you are watching this, like, let's have a cop again next year, just for our own safety, our own peace of mind, or some kind of security detail, something, because like we obviously need it. Even if we don't think we need it, we need it. Just saying. But yeah, some stuff went down. Got a little tense there for a minute. I noticed a shift in mood, and like after like the cops came and talked to everybody, like the mood was still not good. So I was in my booth cranking up my playlist of like drag songs and trying to lighten the mood as best as I could. I hope it worked. I hope it helped. I don't know, but it got intense. It got intense. So basically, I'm gonna go in with, I use this, I think it's a little bit too dark for me, honestly, but my summer shade that I have of the Haus Labs is too light for me. So I made this work. I had to go like all the way down to my neck. It's whatever. We're gonna use it again, just for the sake of, this is what I did for Pride, so we're doing it. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler foundation, by the way. Pride was actually my first time wearing it, but I'd heard a lot of good reviews, so I wanted to try it, and I needed a darker shade, so there we are. But I pulled up, and I cannot tell you how proud I was to see the Pride flag flying from the flagpole. Like, I was just like, oh my god, yes. And then we start unloading our stuff. I got there like a few minutes before Emily, and we'd kind of divvied up like who was bringing what in our vehicles, just so we weren't trying to cram everything into one vehicle, which when we left we did get everything in one vehicle, so I could have done it. I just didn't think that I could. But we start unpacking everything, and like we were booth 10, so we had kind of like a little bit of a trek to get to where we were needing to go. And so I was like, okay, let's just unload everything right here by the curb, and then, you know, go park our cars. I had Coco with me, so I was like, you know, I'm gonna go park my car, have him safe, and then we'll get everything set up, and then I'll go get Coco. So we start carrying everything. Huge shout out to Cammie and Kane, because they helped us carry all of our stuff. Kane helped us get the tent set up because 2 of the arms broke, and unfortunately I bought it in March, and there's a 60-day warranty on it, so it's out of warranty. They won't do anything for me, even though it's just like the second time I ever put it up. So stupid. Anyway, yeah, tent broke. 2 of the little like crisscrossy support arms that go around like the outside of the frame completely snapped in 2. That was disappointing, but Cammie had duct tape, and we were able to duct tape them up and get it up. And Kane helped us get it up because I couldn't push the stupid middle thing in to lock it. So Kane came in and like used big muscles. I didn't have big muscles. I needed big muscles. But by the way, this is the Haus Labs concealer. Get the tent up, get the canopy up, get the like back zipped up, downpour. So I'm like, oh crap, because I left the windows down because Coco's in the car. So I had the windows cracked, I had the sunroof open, I had to run to my car, get everything closed, and then me and Coco were just like stuck in the car while this like downpour happened. And then I kept checking the radar on my phone to see when it was gonna like dissipate so we could get out, and it wasn't gonna dissipate like anytime soon. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna have to run for it, because, you know, it was like I think 10:30, 11 at that point, and we still had to get the tent completely like set up, everything set up inside the tent, and I had to get my mugging. So I was like, I can't dilly-dally, I can't wait for the rain, I gotta get back to the tent, I gotta get this face going. So we ran through the rain. There was like a huge like just like river of water going through the parking lot. Like it was over my shoes. And I had like these super cute like red like vinyl shoes with like little bobby socks, because I was going for like a 1950s vintage vibe, you know. And as soon as I got to the tent, those had to come off because they were soaked. I had like water in my shoes. It was awful. So those came off. We started setting up the table and all that jazz. And then Emily really saved my bacon, because she got everything like put up for me while I was trying to get my face done. And she was just the best little helper I could have brought. Like, I love her so much. And that's when I started doing the live stream, and then of course all the trolls came in. So while I'm getting ready, going in with the kimchi contour, there's these yahoos driving through in like this big truck, and I guess they like harass Cammie all the time when she's out twirling her flag and stuff. And they found out about Pride and decided they were gonna come harass us at Pride too, I guess, because, you know, that's smart, that's big boy stuff, right? I didn't do this before, but before I do the contour, I did do another layer of, or well, first layer of this CXC Signature Set and Refresh Caviar. Hello. Champagne infused setting spray. Spray it all over your face, then take your beauty blender, or a beauty blender, whatever, and press it into your foundation to get that set in place, okay? And then you go on with doing your contour. We're going to continue now. Anyway, idiots, redneck idiots, revving their engine, being stupid, right? And then I noticed this other little car kept coming through too, and they had a Confederate flag and they were waving it out of the car and yelling slurs and being stupid. And I think they came through a couple of times, but one of the times that they came through was like after I had pretty much had the mugging, and one of our like neighbor vendors that was like setting up their booth, I'm pretty sure, they hit her with their car while they were arguing with people yelling at them to leave because they were yelling slurs and being stupid, basically. Hit a girl with his car who had like 2 little kids with her, and like, you know, they were just rolling through the parking lot, so they weren't going like super fast, like she wasn't injured or anything, but like traumatized. And it's just, it's sad that that happened. Like, you know, like I said, first Pride, nothing happened. We had threats against us, nothing happened. As always, to do my contour, you go from the top of the ear to the bottom of the lip if you ever want to try my drag style. There we go. Now, let's talk more about Pride, okay? So, going in with the Kimbrowly brow pencil from Kimchi as well. Other than the redneck idiots, Pride was wonderful. I had so much fun. I got to meet so many people. I loved being there all day. Last year I was only able to go for like a few hours each day because I didn't think to ask off for work for it because it was our first one and I didn't know how well it was going to go over. And huge FOMO. So I decided last year that we were going to be there all day. I was going to do a booth, give out some freebies, and just spread queer joy. That was my whole thing. But then I didn't want to just be like the freebie booth. So I wanted to like have like a message or a meaning behind what I was doing, you know? So I did a lot of research, a lot of work into putting together little binders that had, you know, different organizations that you can join or follow and, you know, donate to, whatever. And then I also had guides to talking to legislatures or to emailing them and letting them know, hey, I don't want you to vote this way on this bill, kind of thing. And then I also had like a huge list of all the anti-LGBTQ plus bills that they were trying to pass in Missouri this year. So it was a bit of an undertaking. And then I also had a board which kept falling down. So then I had to take all the pages off and just like do them individually down the table. And then that kept falling off. So again, it rained all day. And even though we were under a canopy, there was so much moisture in the air, the tape just would not stick to the table. And I tried like sticky putty, I tried duct tape, like nothing was sticking. So I just kind of gave up. But yeah, I had like a whole 6-page long list from the 1950s on of the fight for equality for gay rights. And just kind of like, you know, triumphant moments and also like setback moments and stuff like that. Just to kind of show that like, even though like right now we're definitely in a setback era, they come and go. Like there will be moments where yes, laws are passed against us, but then we get those laws overturned and we prevail. So that was kind of like what I was really wanting people to see. It's like, yes, you know, there are moments like now where things look bleak, but there's always hope. You just got to keep on. Got to keep fighting. Like that's it, period. But huge shout out to anyone that actually stopped by the booth and read some of the material, because I did see people doing it and I did appreciate that because I put so much work into it. And then it got rained on. And I couldn't keep it visible for everybody. But I saw a lot of people taking interest in it and I really appreciated that because I did put a lot of work into it. And I was very stressed out. I didn't get everything like finalized and like ready for Pride until like 2 days before Pride because I put so much work into the booth. And, you know, I'm also working 6 days a week and I went on vacation. So I had a whole week where I was out and not able to work on it. So it was a lot. I was very stressed out about getting everything done and ready to go. And to see people actually stopping and appreciating it, like, made me happy because I was like, I worked really hard on that, guys. I didn't just want to be the freebie booth. I wanted to have a purpose and I wanted it to be meaningful. And, you know, okay, so before Trump came into office, we had like 25 anti-LGBTQ plus bills. And then he came into office and it jumped up to 70 freaking 9. 79. And most of them were just repeating each other from other bills. So why were we clogging up the Missouri legislature with bills that were already existing? Like, it's so stupid. Like, they obviously just hate us. They obviously just hate us. Like, there's no reason for it. But yeah, I just wanted to highlight that and like kind of show people like there are ways that you can fight it still. Like, don't give up. But that, and then I had a whole bunch of freebies on the table, which I think people really appreciated. I did have a donation thing out because I spent a lot of money to give you guys freebies. And if I could get a little bit back, it would help me to buy more freebies for next year, which I've already started buying. So thank you for all the who donated, because it's going right back to you, basically. You know what I mean? One thing that I learned the hard way of, by the way, these are CXC Beauty blushes. If you don't know, I am an affiliate for CXC Beauty. I use a lot of their stuff. It is incredibly high quality, and you can use code Lalana to save. I do make a small commission off of sales using my code, but if I didn't like it, I wouldn't use it. And I have like half my makeup is CXC Beauty. I love them to death. You cannot go wrong. And they have their own like actual like store now. They're not just an online store. Like, they have a physical store that you can go get like custom palettes made and stuff. So definitely check them out if you're in the was it Merritt Mall? I think it's in the Orlando like Cocoa Beach area. Go check them out for sure. Tell them Lalana sent you. They'll love that. If you find yourself in Orlando, if you're going to Universal Studios for vacation or something, and you're like, you know what, let me go check out that mall that Lalana was telling me about, tell them I sent you. Tell them, okay? I want them to know. All right. God, what was I saying? I'm rambling over here. Anyway, running a booth was super fun. They were doing like this really cool thing where everyone had a stamp, and then people could get a Pride passport, and then they had to go through all the different booths that had stamps and get a stamp, and then turn it in, and then they were going to draw winners for stuff. So I had a llama stamp. Shout out to everyone who wanted a llama. For those of you who don't know, llama is one of my nicknames that I've had since like I can't even remember, like 6th grade, I think, 5th grade. So forever. So I saw that and I was like, oh my god, I have to have the llama. I have to. So we did that for Stevie, which kind of tied us down because we had to be at the booth. And I know Emily was like antsy in her pantsy because she didn't want to be tied down to the booth, so she kept leaving, which got me aggravated because I wanted to go do things, but I couldn't do things because one of us had to be there. But, you know, hopefully next year we don't get tied down to the booth like that, but if we do, we do. It's fine. Like, it was a cool experience for other people, so I want them to have that experience. It's not about me. I just wanted to go take Coco for walkies because he was so good, but like he did have to, you know, go potty a few times. So took him for walkies, and I wanted to go shopping, but we didn't have quite as many vendors as we did that first year. And I'm sure some of that was to do with the rain. I think there was people that were supposed to be there that didn't show up, or they did come, but they were only there for like an hour or two, and then they were just like, it's raining, we're not going to do anything, so they left. But yeah, not as many vendors, and like not as many like shops. Like there was a lot of like informational booths, which are great. I did stop and sign some petitions for LGBTQ for Missouri thing. Very important work that they were doing. This is Kristen Lee Cosmetics, by the way. Amazing highlighters, like shablam. You see that? Amazing. All right. Now we are on the lips. For the lips, I will have to shut up and stop talking to you about Pride. I had Antisocialite and Luvbug from Sugar Pill Cosmetics. And I'm just going to ombre those. So give me one moment. I'm going to shut up for like 5 seconds. Okay, enjoy. There we go. There's that. Now, the eyes, I did CXC Beauty again. This is the Prosculpt Eyes Volume 2. They have a Volume 1 that's like nude tones, but this one is all colorful. If you're new here, I mainly do colorful makeup. I don't do neutrals. If I do neutrals, it's usually like a one-off kind of situation. Don't get used to it. Sorry. All right, so I just kind of did a rainbow look, but I started with green and then did blue, purple, and then kind of red over here, and then orange, and then yellow. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do while we talk. Coco did amazing. So proud of my little guy. He's wearing a little pride tuxedo. I told everyone that wanted to know about him being so dressed up that last year they did the pet contest and he was the reigning champion. So I was like, we were coming prepared this year. It's like, they're not doing the competition, but I don't care. He's reigning champion. We have to represent because I don't do things half-ass. Thank you. So yeah, he was dressed to the nines, my little guy, and he was so well behaved. He loved everybody. A lot of people stopped and got pictures with Coco, which was so freaking cute. The little girl in the booth next to us was like really, they were like besties. He kept going over there to talk to her. She kept coming over to talk to him. It was so freaking cute. So shout out to Hickabillies, by the way, because they were the ones that we were sitting next to. Like, they kind of helped us kind of gather our stuff if it blew over to their tent and stuff. And Coco would wander over there every once in a while to check on the little girl. It was so freaking cute, you guys. But yeah, they had some really cool stuff. Like, they were really like the main tent that I bought anything from. So you girls should feel proud. You're like the only people I gave my business to besides the food trucks. There just wasn't enough that I was like interested in. Really, it was kind of meh. I don't know, but they were really cool. We had some other, like, I mean, I don't want to downplay, be like everything sucked on the vendors, but like they just weren't stuff that I was interested in. But like other people were interested. Like there was one booth like further down from us that like it was drawing a crowd, but it was like kind of nerdy, like gamer stuff. Like, I play video games, but I'm not like nerdy gamer. Not enough to like get into that. Like, you know, it's like Magic the Gathering kind of stuff, or like Dungeons and Dragons. Like, they were selling like this little, like, the 20-sided dice that they use for that and stuff. So it's just not my kind of nerd. It just wasn't my kind of nerd, basically. That said, I feel like I could get into Dungeons and Dragons. Just throwing it out there. I've seen like the drag Dungeons and Dragons with like Alaska and Jujubee and all them, and I think I could really get into it. I think I could. Anyway. I don't know what I'm doing. We had the amateur drag show. We had Porch Mud, if I'm remembering correctly. And then there was like Smith and Smith that performed. Both kind of like folky rock groups. Not really my particular kind of music, but like they did a good job. And it was just kind of nice to see people, like, even though it was raining, they still got out and were dancing in the rain. Like, that was kind of cool. But then, of course, was the amateur drag show where I made my drag debut. As you guys know, like, I have made public appearances as Helen, but I haven't like actually performed in front of an audience as Helen. So I did it. She's a full-blown drag queen now, girlies. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I was talking with Emily about that because, like, I feel like this needs to be talked about. Like, let's just unwrap this bandage, okay? So, for those of you who have been with me since day one, you know that I got my start just kind of doing colorful glam makeup. Like, that was my wheelhouse. It's what I did. It's what I still do, kind of, basically. But drag. But starting out as a makeup girly and then getting into drag, I kind of always feel a little bit like I still have like one foot in the makeup community and like one foot in the drag community, but I'm not really a part of either. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I don't want to say an outcast, because I don't feel like I'm outcasted. I feel like everyone loves me, which may be drag delusion. I don't know. But like, it just, I don't know. It feels like just have like a little bit of imposter syndrome, I guess. Like I don't feel like I really belong to either one. And you know, after performing as Helen, I'm like, there's no turning back now. I'm a queen. But like, getting to have that moment felt amazing. And you best believe, Madame Ursula, I'm coming for that crown next year, girl. Sorry, snatch your wig. But didn't win the amateur drag show. I will include the footage at the end of this if you guys want to check it out. But didn't win, but that's okay because I got to meet new people and make new friends. And I made friends with Madame Ursula, the queen that did win. And really, I think that makes me the winner. Because I got to meet her. She's a hoot, y'all. Oh my god. And like a natural performer. She did so good. You would not know watching her perform that she had been a ball of nerves right beforehand. Like we were over at the Pride tent before like we like went on basically. They had us all kind of go over there. And her and Dusty Smokes, bless her heart. I don't know Dusty Smokes' real name. I want to find them on social media and like just check in with them and make sure they're feeling okay. They were so nervous. Like I could see them visibly shaking. So I was over there pet talking everyone. Just being the supportive queen that I am. I'm like, you know, everyone out there wants you to come out and slay it. Like they're cheering you on. Like they don't, you know, no one's gonna be like, boo, you suck. You know what I mean? Like it's Pride. We're all like, these are our people. Like, but they were so nervous and I was like, no, don't be nervous. Like we got this. We're gonna go out there, we're gonna slay. Like the audience wants you to do well. You have to remember that. Like they're not gonna boo you. It's Pride. This is our time. But I could tell Dusty was really nervous. Like while they were performing, they were like forgetting to interact with the audience completely. And it was like, bless their heart. I felt so bad. I jumped down and started like a clap and I got the crowd clapping for them, but they were still like trying to tip them and they were so in their head, like trying to do the song and the lyrics and everything. They weren't paying attention to the tips. And like, I was on the point of like just going and starting to gather the tips for them. And then they started like gathering the tips themselves. So I was like, okay, good. We're pulling out of it. So, normally, those of you who are familiar with the channel know that I use the Kimchi Chic F-In Liner White under my eyes. But due to knowing that I was going to be out there in the elements all day, I went with the Play Pigment from Trixie Cosmetics. And I'm glad that I did because that would have absolutely been running down my face. The little bit of like, if my eyes like start watering, it's gone. So this stayed really, really well. I'm glad that I did it. Now while I'm letting that dry, before we go in with the yellow, I'm going to go ahead and do my cut crease. This is CXC Beauty again. It was the shade for their palette that they did for a drag pageant. I can't remember. I think it's Diamonds or something like that. I talked about it in another video like a month ago. I don't remember the name off the top of my head right now. Sorry. And it's not listed on here anywhere. I just checked. Oh yeah. Oh, love it. Okay. Now, back to the under eye situation. Okay. We had like a little break basically, and then the professional drag show started, which I got some footage of, but again, I was kind of more just in the moment, just living my best life, like enjoying Pride, because I've said this before and I'll say it a million times. Last year's Pride filled my soul in a way I didn't know I needed. So, that was the moment I was like, okay, we're coming back next year. We're doing that. And then, getting to do it again and getting to be there all day and getting to just see the joy all day was incredible. Like, I took a day or two just to live in that moment, and now I'm ready to talk about it. But like, it was so great just being able to see everyone relax and be themselves and just be comfortable in themselves. Beautiful, amazing, incredible. I couldn't ask for more, you know? I'm definitely going to be back again next year. And then I also am toying with the idea of going to the Ozark Pride Fest in Hardy, Arkansas also. So if you live in the Hardy, Arkansas area, you may see me. You may. I don't know if I'm going to perform or if I'm just going to have a booth. Sorry, it's eyeliner time. It's very serious. Hey, we can breathe now. Great. Sorry. It's very important when I have sharp, pointy objects next to my eye that I'm not talking and getting distracted. You know? Okay. So, after the drag show, we did a candlelight vigil for everyone that has died in the past year, and just had like a, you know, moment, and then, you know, thanked everybody for coming, thanked the organizers, which I do want to add, just as a, you know, moment, there were several organizers, part of the committee, that stepped down this year, and they weren't really acknowledged. I didn't see anyone acknowledging them online, and I was guilty of it too, because I didn't realize how much they like helped with the planning until I saw one of them say something. Like, it kind of stings to see no one like acknowledging us, and I was like, oh, I'm guilty of that. So let me say here and now, thank you to all of the other committee members that helped with some of the footwork, and then, you know, of course, stuff went down and you left. But huge shout out to them for doing the footwork and for all of their, you know, parts of planning that they did. Okay, time for the lashes now. These were just like some cheap lashes. I think someone like sent with like a wig or something. I don't know where it comes from. I can't tell you. I'm sorry. But I used them as my bottom lashes. Anyway, had a nice little moment at the end, thanking everyone. We got to hear a Cami roar, which is just, you know, it's not Pride without it. I agree. So we had to have that. And then, you know, we all started packing up our tents, which luckily for me, Emily had already started packing up the tents because I was enjoying the drag show until Coco got tired of people and he started hiding under my skirt. And then I was like, okay, we gotta go to the tent. We gotta take a break. But Lulu kept coming to our tent and hanging out with us in between like numbers and stuff. So got to talk to girl Lulu. I love Lulu. So funny. The Tina Belcher bit that she did for Pride, she posted it on TikTok, and it, like, last I checked, had like 30 something thousand views. She's popping off on TikTok. If you're not following Lulu Chanel, you need to be. I actually wasn't. I didn't know that she was on TikTok. I had her on Facebook and Instagram, but I'd never seen her talking about TikTok on there. So now we're on TikTok together. But she did an amazing job. Tanita Carrington, y'all. Ooh, girl. She came out in this wig. I wish I'd gotten a photo of it, but again, I was just living in the moment. 7 wigs. I asked her. I made it a point. I had to find her. I had to ask her. I was like, how many wigs was that? 7 wigs on that first wig that she was wearing, y'all. I mean, that thing was like, ooh, Tina Turner could not have handled that wig. It was insane. But oh man, I loved Tania. Tania Don, who is kind of from this area. And then there was some queens from like the Poplar Bluff area, I think, Cape Girardeau, Poplar Bluff. It was really cool. Like, we had, I mean, Tania has come down before and did like the drag event that was kind of raising money for Pride. And then Lulu, of course, was at Pride last year. So we had some like returning, but then we had some new faces, which was really fun. Got to see some new talent. Anyway, there's our look. I'm going to be right back with the wig, and I'll put all my jewelry on too. But again, the dress is literally, it's in the dryer right now, and I'm not going to go get it. Okay, sorry. You'll see it in the like pictures in the video at the end. And here is the finished look, divas. Okay, now The wig was styled much better before it was in the rain all day, and I performed in the rain in it. So give the wig a break. But yeah, I styled this myself. I was very proud of it. I think it looked amazing. I need to redo it because it's a hot freaking mess, kind of like me. But yeah, this was the look. The ears are kitschy cactus. If you guys want, I will leave everything down below in the description box if you're curious about any of the makeup that I've used here. The lashes and the glitter are Suckless Face and Body. That's Willem's brand. Unfortunately, they are sold out unless you buy like the entire lash package, which is like $60. They do payment installments, do like shop pay, I think. So you can pay it off at like, you know, every couple of weeks. It's how I get a lot of my makeup. I'm not gonna lie to you. Afterpay and shop pay and Klarna. They're my besties. I love them. But not that I'm besties with Willem or anything, but I do tag Willem in all of my makeup looks when I use Suckless, which is a lot. And I did let them know that I had a lot of people asking me about my lashes, so that we probably need to get a restock soon because a lot of people are interested. So fingers crossed, because, you know, they're amazing. And I kind of need a new pair anyway, because I do wear these all the time. And they're getting a little worn out. Just saying. Willem, we need a restock, girl. I know you're busy, but stop doing your podcast with Alaska for like 5 seconds and call your people and tell them to do a massive restock, okay? Please. I appreciate it so much. Anyway, this was this. I love Pride overall. Like, I cannot wait to go next year. I've already bought some outfits. If we're gonna do drag here in Missouri, baby, I may not be able to do it every month. It just kind of depends on what we got going on at work. But if I can, I'm gonna do it. I loved it. I loved performing. I didn't realize, being a band geek, how much that prepared me for performing in front of people, because I have done solos in drumline and stuff. Like, it didn't really bother me. Like, I was telling Emily, like, I didn't even get nervous till like I was like standing in the grass waiting for the music to start, and then I got like a little like half a millisecond of flutter in my tum-tum before the music hit. That was it. That was all the nerves I had. Because I'm so used to performing in band that it didn't really faze me. I was just like, okay, we're gonna go out here, we're gonna do this. And then like all the other girls were like, oh, I'm so nervous. And I'm like, why? They're cheering for you. They're going to cheer for you. It's Pride. Like, they want drag queens. They want drag. Like, just go out there and slay it. You'll be fine. Yeah, I don't know. I had like mama bear moments with a lot of the queens in the amateur show. Just kind of pumping them up, you know, trying to get them less nervous before they went on. But yeah, it was so much fun. I love performing in drag. Definitely want to do it again. Y'all watch out for Helen Waite, because she's coming. Okay. But hopefully next year we have a little more protection and more vendors and more people. Like, I know it was rainy, and so we were definitely down in numbers. I haven't heard an actual like final count on how many people came through, because I know people came, people left, some people only like really showed up for the drag show. So I'm not sure what the final count was. I did hear at one point that we had like 350 something. So I'm gonna say probably around 500 maybe as attendance. That's just a guesstimate on my behalf, though. I don't know anything official from anybody. Don't think that I do. I don't. Okay, I may be friendly with them, but we ain't that tight. They haven't told me nothing that they haven't posted online. So yeah, hopefully next year is bigger and better. I would really, really, really love for it to get so big that we have to go to the Heart of the Ozarks Fairgrounds. That would be killer. That would be amazing. But I'd be happy to do it there, though. Civic Center again, just as long as we have actual police, because them just kind of patrolling every once in a while was not protecting us. I did not feel protected. So that part. Also, I love having Coco with me, but I may need like a Coco Wrangler and a photographer. I'm gonna come into Pride 2026 with like a whole posse of people, because like it takes a village to run a booth, and I didn't have a village. I had me and Emily. So thankfully another friend showed up in time for the amateur drag show, and she held on to Coco while Emily filmed me so I could perform. But Coco was like, I guess he did like a couple of little yipes and was like at the end of the leash like the entire time, like wanting to get to mama. So, but we love our Pride puppy. He did so good. I was so proud of him. I was so proud of everyone that put on the Pride itself. I was so proud of everyone that performed. It was incredible. It was great to meet everybody. I followed a bunch of people on Facebook. I've had a bunch of people sending me friend requests. So if I don't get to all of you, there's some of you, I don't know your names. I just I met you, we took photos, but I didn't catch your name. So would love to follow everyone. If you are here from Pride and you're not following me on social medias, please give me a follow. And if I don't follow you back, message me like, hey, I'm from Pride. I will follow you. Because a lot of times if it's not like a makeup account, I just won't follow it, or a drag account. But if you're from Pride, I want to stay connected. We need a community here, and I want to be a part of that. So please connect with me, okay? Love you guys so much, and be safe out there. Unfortunately, while we were having our Pride, Stonewall was also having a Pride, and some girls got shot. They're investigating it to see if it's a hate crime, but come on now. Right outside of Stonewall Inn, of course it was a hate crime. Of course it was a hate crime. Don't play stupid. So yeah, like, be safe, take care of each other, because in these times, we can't trust the government to have our backs. We have to have each other, okay? Period, queen. So, with that said, love you all. Take care of each other. Stay safe. And I will see you in the next one. Love you, bye!
Hello, hello, baby, you call, I can hear a thing. I have done no service in the club, you say. But what did you say? Oh, you're breaking up on me. Sorry, I cannot hear you, I'm kind of busy. Sometimes I feel like I live in a central station. Thinking of cause I'll be dancing.